Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the Ifbb as a whole, Ben and Joe Weider. And for the life of me, you got two guys that never really were physical type people, but they built a mandate as to how a bodybuilder is supposed to look, and also pushing their particular product into a heavily induced drug coat. A heavily induced drug coat. Basically, simply because everybody that's in the IFBB is on some type of drugs. And the thing about it is, it's just amazing how bodybuilding itself is supposed to be about fitness and health. And since the beginning, since the conception of the IFBB, it always have been about pushing the drug thing, pushing the drug bodies, and making a product, and that's the drug bodies. And now that's become standard to where the normal guy who's trying to work out and be natural are basically comparing themselves to somebody who's heavily drugged out. And from two guys that never looked like they ever worked out a day in their life. But people tend to listen to what they say and do what they do. You know, the whole while they were alive, you know, people listened to what they were saying. And that right there within itself is amazing to me, that they actually follow these people, you know. And at the same time, you got guys that are pretty much do what it takes to make money. And it's like I said before, you know, professional bodybuilders will prostitute themselves for that cash. You know, there's just, I mean, if you are a fan of bodybuilding, which you know, I enjoy bodybuilding. I enjoy the work that these guys put in, but I don't like the fact of how they get to where they are, you know, with the drugs. You know, I mean, these are heavily drugged out people that are pretty much doing whatever it takes to develop a body that's considered to be the body to have, at least at the IFBB. And my only issue with that is that you got everyday people who's in the gym comparing themselves against these guys. And I can't overemphasize that enough. You know, if you take somebody like Shamar Moore, who's about 6 feet, about 187, 89 pounds, somewhere up in there. You know, and never mind his head, we're talking about his physical physique, who's a average build type person, but he's built according to what a natural person would look like. Now, if you take a system of 100 women and have them pick between that physique and somebody who I consider to have a tremendously great physique, even though his body was drugged out to the max, Flex Wheeler. If you ask those 100 women which one of those guys that they would prefer, I guarantee you they would prefer, I mean, cut the heads off, I guarantee you they would pick the Shamar Moore body. The only people that really cares about the physical size of a man's body are other men. Men are the ones who make the stipulation as how big you are, how small you are to be considered, you know, a weightlifter, or better yet, a bodybuilder. You know, men. Women can care less. Women normally gravitate toward the smaller build men that's built up something like Shamar Moore is. That's what women normally gravitate toward. Whereas other men looking at other men are gravitating toward these big, huge bodies. And the thing about it is they're basically compensating for a lack of self-esteem, I think. They're not happy with being the way they are. So they feel like they have to push themselves, drug themselves out to the point to where they look better than the average man, thinking that's going to make them be better, which it don't. It's just because everything they do is temporary. Everything they do is temporary. Injury is always lurking around the corner. You know, some type of health issue from all the drugs that they're taking is lurking around the corner. And a lot of them, death is lurking around the corner. And all that to have 24, 25-inch arms that women don't care about anyway. So that's my issue with the Ifbb when it comes down to men's health. They do not have the human health in mind. They only have that dollar in mind. But anyway, that's what I want to talk to y'all about. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And again, I'll be talking to you later. And that's basically my rant.